This is the easiest way to measure the total square meter of a place. Let's say you want to buy material, you want to buy chemicals, or you want to buy paints, and they say, okay, go and measure the square meter. This is the simplest way you can measure it. So the first thing you need to do is to divide the place you want to measure into different sides. Like this part is one side, this side here is another side, this side here is another side, this side is another side, and then the back side there is another side. So what you now need to do is to measure each side. So you measure how long it is, the length from that side to this other side here. That is the length. That is the total length. Then you also measure the height from the bottom to the top. That is 1. You've measured this place. You also do the same thing for this. The first thing is to measure the length. You can also measure all the length. Let's measure this particular place. You find a tape like this one. If you have an assistant for someone that can help you, you just put the tape. So once you lay the tape like this, now you check the reading from that side to this side. Now you show it 650. So you can see the measurement here is 650. That is 6.5. This thing is in centimeter. So this is 650 centimeter, which is 6.5 meters. So from that side to this side is 6.5 meters. So the other thing you now need to do is to also measure the length of this side. Let's write that down. So that's 6.5 meters. So measure the length of this side too. There are some places that you might not be able to access. It's not necessary you measure it from the bottom. You can just measure it from the top like this. Let's just use this. This is 320. So let's say 330 so that we'll have something. So you can see 330. That is 3.3. You can also record it in the centimeter. So that's 330, or let's say 3.3. That's in meters. You know, these are lengths. This side and this side, they are of the same length. But if your own place, maybe one side is longer than the other, you might need to measure it. But for this place now, they are the same thing. So we can also write 6.5, the first one. So that is 6.5 too. Then since this side and that other side, they are the same length, we can also assume they are of the same length. Let's say you want to measure the whole thing, so you can now measure the height as well, assuming that all the height of the place is the same. So you can measure the height anywhere as well. So this one is 240, so that's 2.4. You just divide this by 100, or you can write it as 240. So whoever it is that you want to send it to, we understand. So this is 2.4 in meters. That's the height. That means the height is 2.4. So 2.4. So what we now have to do is to add all these ones together. 6.5 plus 3.3 plus 6.5 plus 3.3. So everything on the length is 19.6. So you now multiply this 19.6 by the height. Just one height, because everything is the same. That's times 2.4. That is what we give you, the total square meters. That is times 2.4. So the total square meter here is 47.04 square meter. So everything here is 47.04 square meter. But you know, we measure the entire height. But if you just want to buy chemical, for example, you want to treat dampness in your place, and they say you should only measure the affected area. Let's say the dampness just reach this side alone. Instead of measuring to the top, just measure this side alone. So let's say the dampness is just like this. Just measure from the down to, let's say, this height now. So this height is 70. You can go up a little bit, let's say 80. That's 0.8. So instead of having 2.4, you might have 0.8. That means 19.6 times 0.8. That will give you the total square meter for the affected area, if all those places are affected. If they are not affected, just exclude the area that's not affected. So that means it will be 15.68 total square meter. That will be the total square meter you send to the person that wants you to do the measurement.